Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Stealthfang and welcome to part 1 of Metroid Fusion. It's been over a decade since I first played through this game, way back in December 2013, and now we're officially bringing it back in full commentary format, something I did not do since it was one of my very first Let's Plays on the channel, and I figured, why not bring it back, after this whole hiatus I was going through. But, if you're excited for this journey ahead, let's see if we can hit 5 likes on this video, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you're new here or returning after a while, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I've got a lot of great content lined up, including more of this series and beyond. But other than that, let's jump right into it. So, wow, just the whole menu and everything just looks so nostalgic to me. It's definitely been over a decade since I've last played this game. But don't mind if I add some commentary and some voiceover for the subtitles, but let me jump into it. I'd been assigned to watch over Biologic's research team, so I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. I think I can speed up the subtitles. I feel like I'm having some dormant memory of mine, remembering being able to just speed up the subtitles, but let's see if I can do that. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had, so it looks like I can't. Never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Once the X had infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness, and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologic's vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. Then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Then someone found a cure. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. It seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR-388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay. The X-parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. Samus is always going through some sort of phase in every game. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. And it's a nice little neat callback to Metroid. Or Super Metroid, I guess? Yeah, Super Metroid. Will soon be arriving at the BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the Biologic Space Labs, or BSL research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there, as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. After regaining consciousness, I learned that the unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt computerized commanding officer is something I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I found myself having to do so. Makes me recall my other commanding officer. If you guys aren't familiar with the Metroid series, I definitely recommend tuning into it. Who knows, maybe I might do an entire Metroid series playlist, but I think some of the previous games from this one were definitely Metroid 2, Return of Samus, Super Metroid, and Metroid Other M. Yes, I played that game for the Wii. It was really nice. It was different. It was a different take from Nintendo. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X-parasites. The cause of the explosion is yet unclear. Investigate. Quarantine Bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yup. Now go to the Quarantine Bay. We're going to be seeing a lot of that. Is your objective clear? So be ready for that. Ooh, and I think the button layout might be a little bit different for me. I can manage. Anyways, let's jump right into it. But yeah, like I mentioned, it's been over a decade since I last played this game. And when I first got it, it was like one of my very first only Game Boy Advance games when I was much younger. Ooh, they're here. There we go. Let's see what Adam has to say for us. The Quarantine Bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. Alrighty, Adam, let's do this. I always love this part. I remember when I Let's Played this the last time, there wasn't any commentary, so, I was fairly new to YouTube, and I'd just do something like this, like some secret agent, crouch down on time, look both ways, like, thinking I was secret, and at some point I just completely stopped, because I was like, okay, this is ridiculous, let me just move on. Alright, the Quarantine Bay, and then we have our friend here. Don't know why I got hit there, but I'll just grab that extra health. Oh, and I feel so underpowered. Like, you play any Metroidvania, you start a new fresh file. For me, like I mentioned, it's been over a decade, and I feel so weak. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X-parasites. The X can mimic its prey, and any specimen could have hosted it. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X-parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. You were almost killed by an X-infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccines worked so well and worked so quickly and so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by an X again. In fact, you can now observe any free-floating X-parasites without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue free X-parasites whenever you possibly can. The station is home to many species, some violent ones. You must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I'm already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our I am sorry for fumbling my words. Let me restart. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now, get going. I've released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. My gosh, so much dialogue. I mean, then again, this is from 2002, so, putting subtitles in just 2 lines, and it's not very cohesive. Let's double check. Okay, so we can't go up. That there. This way. Kill this guy. Right now it feels like I'm on some sort of automatic mode, but I'm using pure nostalgia and pure memories just to move forward. We're gonna go up here. Thank you. I have received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. Is your objective clear? Yep. With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. Yep. Alright, I believe we want to go here, but let's just double check. Nope. Right, let's roll, and I probably should have absorbed them. We're not at a point where they'll start evolving and causing too much problems, so I'll just leave them as be for now. We haven't taken any damage to recover any health. Ooh, monologue moment. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation commanding officer I served under named Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. For anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. Aw, that's nice. Samus has her own chat GPT and called it Adam. Her own custom GPT. That's cool. Alright. Yeah, we're right up here. Here we go. Nice, the missile data downloaded. Hold R and press B. So it's that classic thing where, you know, I don't think there's any power-ups here, but after you get some upgrade in the very same room you're in, at least for Metroid games, there's definitely some power-up. Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading a huge bio sign, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasites. You'll see them. Try it out. Is your objective clear? Yes. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now, find a way to the target. Why, thank you, Adam. Right. Yeah. I think I always used to like spam like 2 or 3 of them. Completely unnecessary. But yeah, I mean, if you're new to the series, those just like they explained, those yellow green parasites, those gelatinous parasites, pretty much reproduce and mimic their prey as well, and also replenish health and certain items and abilities for us. But if I remember correctly, according to the lore, they usually go after... Aha, there we go. See, it's always good to shoot everywhere in a Metroid game. They always go after like some sort of biomass, so those purple zombie-looking things I think were the scientists or the researchers. We don't want to go that way. We will go here. Nope. Let's go to the save room. There we are. Save complete. Nice, hold on. Let's double check. Who knows? Certainly not going to waste any missiles unless I don't need to. Unless I need to. Right. Oh, nice, cool. Usually those things will end up like, shooting beams at you. And for some reason, they just take so long just to get past the door. Yet over here, I always remember there's like, I don't know. I feel like I could be wrong. I feel like there's usually some like sort of missile or something here. Oh well. And our first boss, Arachnus X. I think this guy's from Metroid. Ooh, there we go. I think that, yeah, this guy's from Metroid 2, Return of Samus. Oh, no. Actually, no, is it? Is it from Metroid 2? I can't recall. Yeah. Ooh. There we go. Nice, morph ball ability recovered. Press down twice to morph. In the past, I've usually beaten this guy, like, spammed a whole bunch of missiles, and he didn't have to, like, use any of his attacks. Felt like I was speedrunning the entire thing. But nice, we've got the missiles now. So, and the morph ball. That gives us access to a lot of places that we haven't been able to go to. But even then, it's still not enough. Right, let's head upstairs over here. Get ourselves recharge room. We've only used 2 of them. Perfect, let's go. And I think, actually, hold on. Well, the navigation room is up here, so I think we'll probably head here. Samus, it's as I feared. The breeding environments have been invaded by the X-parasites. Sector 1 SRX shows several abnormalities on biosensors. Sector 1 is a simulation of SR-388's ecosystem. To get there, take the main elevator to the access shaft and use elevator 1. Is your objective clear? Use the navigation room just inside for further briefing. Not sure, but I think that whoever allowed the X into the environment may also be linked to the earlier explosion. Ooh, we got it. Alright, so we're heading to the very first sector. I always used to think, you know, that where we're at was the the first sector, like sector number 1. It's basically like a hub or the menu. Right, and if I remember correctly, I think I can go up, and since I don't want to go there, there we are. Nice. That's what I love about any Metroidvanias, especially the Metroid series, you know, just looking out for little areas. Right now, you know, so far, all the power-ups we've gotten and the areas they were located in have been like, you know, tutorial-based, like, hey, look, if you check this place out, you'll be able to find something. You know? Nothing too crazy, but, you know, if you search high and low, you're usually rewarded with something. I'm not gonna reveal who that is, but if you're a fan, you just had to be there and you just know. Amazing. We can't even go back up anymore. But guys, that is part 1 for you. If you did enjoy, like I said, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and hit that notification bell if you guys want more. I've got plenty in stores for the series and many more to come, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.